Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Charles, one of the team members here from Cleveland State University, and I will be getting our presentation started today. Before we jump in, I'd like to give a quick mandatory thanks to all the competition staff and organizers, and shout out to all other teams in our district. Great work, everyone. I'm joined here today by Ali Amusali and Ornella Doris, two fellow engineering students here at Cleveland State University. Our goal was to help University of Washington offset its carbon footprint and make a profitable investment while doing so. Our approach integrated the unique condition set of the university's constraints and focused on benefiting the local community while creating an attractive proposal. We used an iterative approach in formulating our PV systems, as our many knowledgeable industry mentors recommended. This involved lots of trade-off evaluations and different balance of research on current industry best practices. Our team recommends the construction of ballasted rooftop systems on 10 of the 14 buildings we evaluated. 4 buildings were omitted from consideration due to cost-prohibitive rooftop repairs, and in one case, an old and excessively steep roof. This, however, does not mean these buildings couldn't be retrofitted with solar technologies in the future, but wise designers would likely seek other areas to integrate solar first. Here's a map of the proposed rooftop systems and their locations within the University of Washington campus. Now for some commentary on our specific component selections. The team chose Qcells Qtron 425-watt panels because of their high performance and resistance to degradation. These modules also have a half-cell architecture, which splits the common 3 substring panel construction into 6 substrings. Without getting too far into the weeds, this helps prevent I²R power losses and also contributes to better results in diffuse shading scenarios. Also notable is Qcells' $3.5 billion investment into their Georgia-based facilities. On the inversion technique, microinverters and therefore a module-based inversion approach was used. While microinverters do come at a significant cost, they offer a lot of benefits, including remote panel monitoring and optimized power production. When large strings of panels are wired in series with conventional string inverters, systems run the risk of being limited by the weakest link in the chain. This would mean the most shaded, dirty, or degraded panel would dictate an entire string's power point tracking at the inverter and therefore lower its power output. Our solution prevents some of these losses by moving maximum power point tracking to the panel level, allowing each panel to generate maximum power autonomously throughout the project's life. The selected Enphase IQ7 Plus microinverters have a great track record in the field, with data from their website claiming a 0.05% failure rate, backed by data from unbiased installers. Microinverters also allow for panels of different power ratings to be combined in series, which bodes useful for replacing damaged modules or upgrading to the latest panel technology without reconfiguring inverter settings. This also helps simplify electrical balance of system complexity. Panels facing different directions can also be strung together seamlessly, for instance, a pitched roof with surface facing east and west. This is all due to that panel level power point tracking. Also notable is Enphase's manufacturing foothold in South Carolina. The racking selection our team chose to implement is Unirax RM10 Evolution ballasted by a system. This racking allows installers to configure ballast arrays compliant with relevant codes and minimizes rooftop penetrations. Unirax systems assert quick assembly and the necessary structural lockdown in a modular format, which can be used to accumulate arrays of many different configurations. I will now hand the reins to Ali to discuss the distribution impact.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ali, and I will be discussing the distribution impact of our proposed system. The aspect is crucial as it ensures seamless integration of our systems with the existing electrical grid. So first, let's delve into the distribution risks we have identified. Overvoltage, this occurs when the voltage levels in the grid exceed safe limits, potentially damaging the equipment and causing disruptions. High levels of solar generation can lead to thermal constraints and distribution equipment, impacting its performance and reliability. Also, the fluctuating nature of solar generation can contribute to grid instability, affecting the reliability of the electrical system. Short circuits can occur due to the faults to the distribution system, posing safety hazard and potentially damaging equipment. So factors we have carefully considered to address these distribution risks. First is the location of the PV systems. The placement of our PV system plays a critical role in mitigating distribution risks. We have chosen locations that minimize voltage fluctuations and thermal constraints. The size of our PV system is another crucial factor. By right-sizing our systems, we can ensure that they contribute to grid stability without overwhelming the distribution infrastructure. We have thoroughly assessed the hosting capacity of the existing grid infrastructure to determine the maximum amount of solar generation it can accommodate safely. To further evaluate and mitigate distribution risks, we have conducted an open distribution system simulation study. This advanced simulation tool allows us to analyze impact of our PV systems on the distribution network. Next slide, please. The interconnection process of our combined solar system to the grid is multifaceted. Our PV systems will connect to the load nodes, supplying power to the campus buildings. All load nodes at proposed sites have hosting capacities of either 200 or 300 kilovolt amperes. This ensures that our system can efficiently integrate with the existing infrastructure without overloading the grid. After evaluating the potential distribution impact, we have determined that anomalies in usage, such as significant drops below normal, would result in minimal exportation to the grid. Additionally, the small size of our proposed systems further mitigates distribution impacts. As shown in the figure, our analysis indicates that even under worst-case scenarios, no exportation to the grid exceeds 100 kilowatts in magnitude. Even at peak production with consumption dropping to zero, no system node would exceed 150 kilovolt amperes. This demonstrates that our systems will have minimal distribution impact upon interconnection. Now we will proceed with the financial analysis with Ornella.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ornella. I'll be discussing the financial analysis for our project. Here we have a chart showing the cumulative project cash and tax benefits for the next 30 years. The expected return on equity at a 6.46% internal rate of return indicates the anticipated profitability with systems that pay off between years 14 and 15, with the price normalized to the local utilities rate, which suggests a stable and potentially lucrative investment scenario. Next slide, please. Okay. Presented here is a comprehensive chart of building rooftops categorized in the first column. The second column outlines the corresponding system sizes measured in kilowatts, while the third column itemizes the associated cost. As an example, the Madrona Hole boasts a system size of 16.85 kilowatts with an investment cost amounting to $121,864.
Implementation of the proposed projects would benefit the university and surrounding job markets. From research opportunities on down to panel cleaning, the whole spectrum of employment would be offered opportunities to participate in this development. Enphase's IoT connectivity could be used to display data for analysis in relevant course curriculums, and could also display carbon displacement data, much like campus water fountains display a plastic bottles eliminated counter. This would further engage the campus community in cheering on solar development. An 8-month timeline is displayed here, with the largest time blocks delegated to design, engineering finalization, permitting, and electrical balance of system installation. While finalizing designs and creating site and build plans, adherence to all local codes would be implemented. Much of this planning would be done hand in hand with local engineering, procurement, and construction experts with previous experience following the city guidelines under their belts. Electricians and fire safety experts would ensure code compatibility and permits would be secured for construction and interconnection. As distributed energy resources continue to develop, their governing codes adapt also. As such, leveraging industry experience and consulting is a must. Thank you, everybody. That concludes our presentation, and we'll open the floor for questions now.